Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
3/4 of our earth is covered by water. If I were to round up that water into a giant ball of water and place it next to earth, it would be like placing a giant football next to a small round marble. And if I were to say that this small round marble supports life on earth, you would disagree with me. It's salty. How can this sustain life? Well, there is more to this than that meets the tongue. If I were to say like, there was a survey taken with the question, why is ocean more important to humans? Do you know what the top 3 answers were? It is important because it gives us fishes. It is important because without it we can't surf. To stop the foreigners from getting in, jokes apart, let's look at some serious reason why the ocean is more important to us. It was 4.5 billion years ago. A solid mass of hot rock was separated from the sun. Volcanoes erupted, steam was produced, clouds were formed. Once the planet cooled, these clouds started producing rain. So began the longest rainfall in the history of our planet. It rained for thousands of years, filling the low-lying areas of our newly formed planet. They formed the 50% of the water the oceans have today. So where did the remaining water come from? It was the comets. The comets are made up of rock and ice. During the initial stages, Earth was continuously bombarded by thousands of comets. These comets gave the remaining 50% of the water that the oceans have today. Well, the oceans have been here for 4 billion years, driving the destiny of life on Earth. Oxygen is essential for all human beings, organisms on Earth, be it in land, air or water. How much oxygen do you think the trees in these jungles and forests together produce? Approximately a percentage. How much oxygen do you think it produces?
2% or 10%.
Well, it's a little disappointing. It produces only 50% of the oxygen. The remaining 50%, where does it come from? It's produced by a single-celled organism called the phytoplankton. The phytoplankton are able to do this because they photosynthesize. Remember, photosynthesis releases a very important byproduct called oxygen. Thereby, they produce the remaining 50% of oxygen on Earth. Well, producing oxygen is just the start to it. The secret to the ocean power lies in the ocean current that runs beneath the oceans and connects all the oceans across Earth. It was January 10th, I think it is 1992. An ocean trailer was caught in the middle of Pacific Ocean. It was in a big storm. Waves lashed the ship and 2 of its containers fell overboard. And the contents of the container were spilled into the ocean. Do you know what were those containers? It was plastic ducks, toys. Quack quack. This accident turned out to be the biggest experiment in the history of oceanography. Believe me, these ducks were carried 3,500 kilometers apart from where they were spilled to places like Alaska, America, Scotland, Hawaii, simply because of the warm surface currents. When these warm surface currents hit the poles, they become denser and sink into the ocean. These hot surface currents at the top and cold surface currents at the bottom together produce a big closed loop. It is called the ocean conveyor. This conveyor is very important because it carries the nutrients that is produced on the top to the depths of the ocean, thereby sustaining life at the depths of the ocean. It once happened that the conveyor simply didn't work. It caused the death of almost 90% of the organisms on this earth. It was 250 million years ago. It was a time of global warming and the temperatures were rising. The cold water at the poles were not able to sink because the temperature was too high. This crucial link in the ocean conveyor had been broken. The depths, the organisms living in the depth of the ocean were deprived of the nutrients and oxygen. Billions of sea creatures died. Do you want to know why this extinction spread to the land? Well, when the ocean organisms died, sea creatures died, they liberated hydrogen sulfide. Every organism in this earth was exposed to a gas as deadly as cyanide. We are lucky that these things are rare and unlikely to happen in the near future. It's a one-time incident. It was a one-time incident. The conditions have barely changed since the human beings have walked on Earth. But that is until now. Today we are facing a new threat. Today we are pumping massive amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. We know that this is causing climate change, global warming, etc. etc. What we don't know is that when this carbon dioxide dissolves in water, it acidifies the ocean. Believe me, phytoplanktons are extremely sensitive to acidification. In the long run, it could endanger one of the most important sources of oxygen on planet. The health of the planet depends on the health of the oceans. So let's keep the ocean healthy by reducing our carbon footprint. Remember, in the battle between man and the ocean, there's going to be only one loser, and it's not going to be the ocean. Over to you, Professor.